Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Four Posts to Bed. An eventful weekend, actually, for me in terms of epiphanies and realizations about myself and, all the keep fit stuff. I was really obsessed this week, and I do have this propensity to get really, really obsessed, and I really overdid it. And there was a day I'd been weight training for about 5 days flat in a row, and then I'd had to do some sort of removal stuff for Mum, and straight after a workout, and I just really pushed myself a little bit too much. And then the next day I just felt really awful. And sometimes the young come out with such good advice for the old. I was talking to my daughters about it, about the general, how I was feeling about it, because it's disappointing when the mind is so, the thing is the mind, the elderly mind is so willing. We so want to do things. And the body just, hello, Romeo, let me just move that for you, darling. Move the coffee cup. Here he comes. Hello, beautiful. The body cannot keep up with the resolve. And the thing is, I have an awful lot of resolve. I'm very committed to things. Verging on, you could call it obsessive, but definitely committed. Now, I bought some other things. I bought these clenching muscle things, this EMS machine, which seems to be fine. I was quite tired after using that, if I'm honest. But I did a Pilates yesterday, and I'm still achy after that. But I think the weight training I'm going to have to knock it on the head, I think. I just don't think it's age appropriate. There's a woman, I think her name's Tina or Trish or something, and she's in her 70s, and she does all this. She's been doing it for about 10 years. I mean, she's mammoth in terms of, a warrior woman. And her body, her physique looks superb. She's got a great bum, and I was worried about my bum. And I'm just looking at my bum, and I'm thinking, no one's going to see my bum. It's very unlikely. The only people that are going to see my bum from now on are doctors. Surgeons when I have a hip replacement. And I just thought, why am I fixating on it? It's because it's such a difficult change, isn't it? In your 60s, suddenly, bang, everything flops. And it is difficult because we're not used to it, and acclimatizing oneself, but realizing that you have to love yourself in your own mirror. You have to, I don't care if my tits droop. What do I care? It really doesn't affect me. Admittedly, they get in the way a bit. And I don't like to go out braless because, I do feel somehow unkempt if they're flopping about through a T-shirt. And I don't want to be stared at. I don't want people looking at me thinking, God, look at her saggy tits. I mean, I really don't want that. But do I care myself? I mean, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm thinking, do I care about that? I'm not sexualized for myself. I never was sexualized for my own amusement. Well, maybe I was, actually. We love dressing up, don't we? We go through that as young women. But, was any of it for me? I mean, of course it was. Women know that. We love that feeling of, the panache and the walking into a room and everybody, spitting their drink out. I mean, people used to do that with me because I was a cartoon character, and I was bigger than life, and that's the effect I wanted. It was very over the top, but it was fun in a gay way, in a completely trans, Brighton, gay pride, over the top, big hair way. And I loved it. And I loved people splurting their drink out. And I loved turning heads. And I couldn't walk down the street without people staring at me. But I still get that now because I've got braids and a neck tattoo. I mean, it hasn't changed. It's just not sexualized now, which I really like. It's a good place to be. So anyway, I think about all this weight training and how bloody exhausted I was. Anyway, I was talking to my daughters, and one of my daughters said she can't do weights because of the fatigue. And I thought, yes, the fatigue, that's what I've got. And this isn't the first time it's happened, guys. The fatigue is real. And then my other daughter, who came out with something equally profound, said, we live in a man's world. Retain your femininity. It's all about the rise of the feminine and the goddess. And she sent me this link to this yoga thing. And it was like sensual yoga. Guys, it was fucking awesome. Sensual yoga. And it was so... it was highly erotic as well. And I actually did think, I'm not surprised she has such a good marriage, actually, because if you had... This woman was sitting on the floor doing it. I thought, if you had that on the floor in your bedroom, you would never stray. It's fucking brilliant. Anyway, so I've decided to give it a go in terms of, I've still got my down dog, and I did a bar. I love bar work. So you just get your chair and it's ballet work basically, but you don't need a bar. I've got a bar. I've got a ballet bar in my hallway, which I don't really use because it's just easier to get the chair. And you're doing this really intense isometric exercises, and I can feel them in my glutes. And I don't need really to get... I'd like bigger muscles in my bum because I'd like it to be a bit bigger, but I'm just, it's not going to happen, so I need to let it go. But what you do want is, what you don't want is your muscles to completely disappear into your dotage, because when that happens, that's when your bones break. And this is a health matter, guys. I want to avoid a hip replacement if I can. I eat a litre of yogurt a day. Half a litre. Some days a bit more. And that should, after about 10 years, it takes 10 years apparently to improve your bones through calcium. But also, using muscle, retaining muscle rather, it protects these fragile bones that are getting, less dense as you age. All of these things. So I'm going to keep going with that, but I'm just going to do my down dog yoga every day, and then this sensual yoga. I have put it on my YouTube. I'm going to put it on the Elderescence blog. Now, I've had a really hectic couple of days on my podcasts and my blogs because I went to this link checker. I'll talk about this on the music podcast. So it's really important for musicians, actually. The links that I was linking to all my songs and all of this were broken links. And the biggest reason was because I was copying and pasting them off of Google search and YouTube. And they disallowed that. You can't do that. Well, I've been doing it for about 2 bloody years. So I had thousands of broken links. Thousands. And, recently I was thinking, why am I not getting any traction on my lovely blogs, What I've actually done is I've gone in and I've just... I deleted things, and then I lost about 12 episodes. Completely lost 12 episodes of my book, which I haven't turned into the animation series yet. So I've just found them again. They were in the trash. Always check the trash, guys. But be careful of that. It's really easy to do, to just delete a whole book. If it's online. And the thing is, with my laptop, because I write my books on my laptop, and my laptop is quite small, storage-wise, and I've stored stuff on an external hard drive before and lost everything. So that's not foolproof either. So because my laptop is quite small, I delete a lot of stuff all the time. I delete programs all the time. Software, I have to get rid of it because I can't edit my footage, or I can't do such and such. And it's so easy to just delete your entire bloody book. Imagine that. Now, I didn't mind too much. I thought, well, look, it's only 12 episodes. I sort of know vaguely. I'm going to shut my computer. It's making a noise. It's really going. It's doing a thingy check for viruses and being very noisy about it. There we go. I've moved it a bit. Hope that's not too distracting. So anyway, well, look, I won't talk too much more because it's a bit loud. pop over to Elderescence today because I am doing a couple of Temu reviews. I had oh, there we go, it stopped. That was very irritating. A couple of Temu reviews because a big Temu, well, actually my order came yesterday. It wasn't just from Temu, it was from AliExpress. I'm going to review those. I'm going to review some needles as well for my tattooing. So that's a bit of fun. That's all on Elderescence. Come on then. And then there's music. I'm having a music day, which is lovely. I'm going to dress up a bit. And I thought, well, how can I make it more interesting? You want to make your videos interesting because you've got a lot of competition, and I decided to go for shoes, like outlandish shoes. I love shoes, but I can't possibly go trekking outdoors in big shoes anymore, but I can wear them in the music room. And I thought, well, how lovely is that? Just to get my sort of shoe hit, all plastic, all crazy, all mad stuff. I love the way, from a creative point of view, actually, I haven't watched The Truth About Temu program yet. I'm going to watch it in a minute so I can talk about it tomorrow. I hope I don't feel too guilty. I hope it doesn't ruin my career. I got loads of hits on my Temu review the other day on my YouTube. I thought, oh, that's good. But what happens if Temu suddenly gets, abolished, banned, or discredited? Will I be tarnished? I don't know. I'll find something else to tarnish myself with. Guys, I've been tarnishing myself for a very long time. I mean, most of my existence. So it's not going to change, is it? Anyway, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Of course I have. So I'm going to be doing that today. A bit of Temu reviews. Yesterday I had stuff from AliExpress, which was really fast. I mean, so much quicker than the Temu stuff that I get. But great news, actually. I've bought a faucet. Now, I'm not sure what that is. Is it a dual tap coming out in one? I mean, it's a single tap that you put into two, hot and cold. And it's black. And it's got a pull-out nozzle. Now, I'm an artist, as you know, and I'm always washing brushes, and the water goes everywhere. So I thought, this is going to be perfect. Plus, it's black. And I've booked my plumber, and he's going to come in a couple of weeks, as soon as the taps come, and he's going to turn my sink round the other way, just because it's going to be better for me in the kitchen, the layout. I want it from left to right, not from right to left. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. Now, I got this tap for about 30 quid, which I thought was really, really good. And I also got 2 little brass taps for the bathroom. So yeah, it'll all be televised. So I'm getting quite a lot of DIY stuff, waiting for rugs, of course. I'm always waiting for a bloody Temu rug. So yeah, join me later on Elderescence and on my YouTube, which I've sort of sorted out as well. I've sorted out all my broken links on my YouTube channel. There were, I mean, probably approaching 1 million dead links on my YouTube. Imagine. But you can actually go and change all the descriptions in one fell swoop. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty bloody amazing, actually. And thinking about, doing these blog entries, which I slaved over for the last 3 or 4 years, we don't need to do it anymore. Absolutely don't need to do it anymore. Just have some great content. Visual, for me now that I'm doing, more YouTubey stuff and video, for me, video content is the big winner in terms of, the effort that I have to put in. And now that AI has taken over Google search, you don't really have to do these blog entries anymore where you tell people where to go. AI is doing it for us. So you're not going to get any traction. People aren't going to come to your blog. Just give them something yummy like your music, or yourself, or, your warblings, or your shoes, guys. I mean, whatever. Should make it about you, I think. So I am iServalan. Welcome to the show, and catch you later, guys.